Oh, hello. Yes, pleased to meet you too. You're here for your allergy test, right? Perfect. Before we begin, can I get you to confirm your name and date of birth, please? Just so I've got the right person. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. So is this your first allergy test that you're having today? Right, you've never had any allergy testing before. Okay, and might I ask what brings you into having an allergy test today? Okay, that's perfectly understandable. So, since you haven't had an allergy test before, allow me to explain the procedure and just give you a little bit of background on why we do certain things. Okay, just so you're not overwhelmed by anything going forward. So, the allergy test consists of gaining your medical history, asking you a couple of questions about your allergies themselves, like when you first noticed them, if there's any sort of things you do to relieve the discomfort, etc., etc. And then we do some diagnostic tests, and this simply involves scratching your skin very, very lightly on the surface and applying allergens to the skin. And this will give us an indication on the severity and also the type of allergen that you might be allergic to. Alright, and then we will also be doing a little bit of a physical just before that, just to see if you're healthy and happy to go ahead. And then let's just have a look. Good. So, skin prick test, and then if any reaction were to occur, there is a possibility to take a little bit of a biopsy as well, but 9 times out of 10 that's not needed. So let's get your medical history first, and then I will perform just a little bit of a physical on you, just listening to your heart and lungs and that sort of stuff. Alright, so I see you filled out your pre-examination questionnaire and consent form. Thank you very much. I will go ahead and co-sign this. So, in your own words and as detailed or as brief as you would like, would you just tell me what symptoms that you are experiencing right now? Okay. And when do they occur roughly? Yes. What in your mind seems to trigger them? Yeah. And you said about sneezing. Have you been experiencing any itching, hives, swelling, nasal congestion, difficulty breathing? Okay, and how severe would you say that was? Mild, moderate, or severe? And you said that your symptoms occur certain seasons. And when did you first notice these symptoms? So you've been having them for quite some time. And how long do your symptoms typically last during each episode? Okay. And have you identified any specific triggers like pollen, pets, specific food, medications that might trigger this? Okay. And any environments or situations where your symptoms tend to be worse? Okay. And does anyone in your immediate family have any history of allergies or allergic conditions? Can I ask, what's your occupation? What do you do for a living? Okay, and are you exposed to any potential allergens at your workplace? Okay. Have you had any recent changes to your living environment or your daily routine that might aggravate your symptoms? So like different laundry detergents, shampoos, skincare products? Okay. And are you taking any medication or supplements? Okay. And have you had any other medical conditions in the past, such as eczema or asthma? Okay. And have you had any recent illnesses or infections that might be linked to your allergic reactions? Okay. Sorry, there's quite a few questions. We just have to be very, very thorough, but I promise we're coming to the end now. Any symptoms related when you eat certain foods? Okay. Have you had any allergic reaction to any food in the past? Okay. Are you taking any over-the-counter medication to manage your symptoms, like antihistamines? Okay. Have you been exposed to any new medications, vaccines, or medical procedures? Okay. Have you ever been bitten or stung by an insect that caused an allergic reaction? Okay. And how do your allergies affect your daily life, like work, social, and hobbies? Have you ever experienced any severe or life-threatening allergic reactions in the past, like anaphylaxis? Okay. You said you haven't done any other testing. And the medications that you described, how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how effective are they in relieving your symptoms? Okay. And is there anything else that you think might be helpful in diagnosing your allergies today? No? Okay, perfect. So, if I could just get you to co-sign this, just to say that all the information that you've given me is correct to your best knowledge. That's perfect, thank you. So, I'm just going to do a little bit of a physical exam on you now. I'm going to be having a look at your skin, just where I can see it, so your arms and your face. And then I'm going to be doing a little bit of a observation test on your like heart and lungs and things like that. So just allow me a few minutes to prepare my equipment here. Pop on some gloves. Are you nice and comfortable? If at any moment you feel slightly uncomfortable, I would like to take a break, just let me know. It's perfectly fine. So let's listen to your heart and lungs now. Very simple test. Alright. So just hold still. Just going to listen to your heart. Okay, good. All right, very good. And now if you could just breathe normally, and I'll be directing you to take some deep breaths in and out as instructed, okay? So breathe normally. Good. 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 Now breathe in very deeply. Hold. And release. Good. Breathe very deeply. Hold. And release. Good. Breathe very deeply. Hold. And release. Breathe very deeply. Hold. And release. Good. Everything's fine. So, you said something about itching of your eyes. That's right. Are your eyes itchy now? Alright, well, this might be a little bit uncomfortable, but I promise it won't take too long. I'm just going to shine a little flashlight in your eyes just to observe that redness and that itching. Okay. So I'm going to come a little closer to you. Okay, here we go. Okay, so your eyes are very inflamed, quite red and sore. Could you just look up for me? And down. And from side to side. Good. Okay. Eyes seem quite swollen and puffy as well. Okay. 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 Good. You're right. Well, your eyes do seem very, very sore, inflamed, and swollen. Have you taken any medications today? Okay, not really providing much relief. Alright. So, just plug my little microscope in. And we'll take a little look closer at your skin and on your arms and also on your face as well. Alright, so here is my lovely microscope here, the portable microscope. What this does is takes a very, very detailed view of your skin and what's going on microscopic level. So we're going to have a look at your arms and your face. The monitor's right behind you if you want to have a look. So I've got enough cable. If I could just take your arm, please. And I'm just going to be looking at random points. Okay, you're right. Good. amazing, isn't it? So detailed. Let's just take a little snapshot of that. Just a bit concerning. Alright. Would you say that your arms and legs aren't really affected by the allergies you've described? Yeah, okay. And the other arm? Let's get a nice comprehensive view. Okay. That's that there. Now, I'm not a dermatologist, but you have just a little freckle here that kind of looks a bit suspicious to me. It's not something I specialise in, but I would consider getting that checked out. Yeah, it's probably nothing, but better to be safe than sorry, right? Just take a little snapshot of that. Well, I'm satisfied with your arms and your hands. Now we're going to work on your face. So now I just need to come a little closer to you. I'm just going to be taking various random snapshots of your face. It won't be super detailed, but we'll get just an overview of what's going on. So, look at the screen. It's just a tiny bit of information here. Do you find you rub your skin a little bit when you have these allergies? I see, especially under the eyes here. Alright. Okay, good. And on this side, the skin around the eyes is quite inflamed, but that's to be expected. I'm just going to check under the nose. Again, quite red. Now I'm going to check on your neck. This is a prominent place for hives and allergies to show themselves. There's a little bit there. Okay, I'm just going to look on your chest. Are you doing okay? Great. Take a picture there. Have you experienced any rashes or itching here? Once before. Alright. So let me just turn this off. Okay. Are you feeling okay? Alright, perfect. So now comes the fun part. I will be doing a skin prick test, and what that involves is me putting a little bit of tape down your arm, and I'll be writing on this tape all the different allergens that we will be testing today. And what I do is, in line with the allergen, I will scratch the skin very gently. I'll show you the tool that I will be using, so you're 100% on the same page as I. This is this little tool here. It's not sharp in order to scratch you, but it does create a little bit of abrasion to the skin. So I will scratch, and then I will take a little cotton swab, and then I will take a little allergen vial, dip the swab in, and then just work that onto where I scratched. Okay? Now, if at any point these react, they will turn red. We will just have a visual reference as to what you are allergic to. Now, if for any reason they are really itchy for you, really uncomfortable, if you find you're having problems breathing or you feel itchy in other places, please let me know ASAP. Please don't keep that to yourself, okay? So we need to know that. And the allergens will stay on for a few minutes. They are very low dose, so after maybe a few hours, the redness, if any, will go away completely as if it was never there. And we just use some medical tape. Again, the only thing that could potentially be irritating is the stickiness and also the removal, but it's not incredibly sticky. You'll be able to remove it with ease. It's kind of like masking tape. Okay, so if I could just get you to hold out your arm. You could probably rest it on the table. That would probably be a little bit more comfortable than just holding your arm out. Whatever works for you. Is that comfortable? Okay, so let me just prepare my stuff. Fine there. Might take a biopsy later, but TBC on that one. Alright, so first things first, I'm just going to wipe your arm just so we have a nice clean slate. Just get one of these alcohol wipes. Alright. Okay. Good. Right. Let's apply masking tape. Okay, does that feel comfortable? Sorry. Just straight. Okay. So let's see what we have on your file here. Right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So just going to be marking 1 to 10 on your masking tape. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. Good. Okay. So first we will be doing some controls. These are to establish our baseline. One is something everybody should be allergic to, and one is a very neutral test which very, very, very few people should be allergic to. There are two controls. So the first one is histamine. Now, everybody should be allergic to that. So I'm just going to do a little scratch here. That'll be okay. Good, not too bad, right? Get a little swab. Alright, just gently apply that. Alright, again, please tell me if you're feeling short of breath, like your throat is a little bit itchy, or if you feel anything remotely untowards. Alright, feeling okay? Okay, you're right to move on. So now we're going to do another little scratch on the arm. Good. This one is glycerol saline. And this is just what everything is dissolved into in our allergens. Some people can be allergic to this, but it's quite rare. Alright, so let me just check these boxes off while I just wait for those. So, histamine. Okay, so just going to wait a few seconds. Ah, yes, I can see the redness coming up now. Okay, perfect. That's a good sign. So let's move on. Next we have mold. So just scratch the surface here. Now mold can be very fatal. I knew somebody once who was allergic to pretty much everything that had any mold in it. Blue cheese, mold in the house. It's a very, very strong reaction. So that's mold. Next is yeast. A little scratch. Good. Yeast. Yeah, a little bit people allergic to yeast. Thankfully, I'm not. I love bread too much. Alright, now this next one is going to be very interesting for you. This is tree pollen. Do a little scratch. Okay, now this is just a general tree pollen. We do have many different types of trees in this country, and each, of course, has their own pollen. Some people are allergic to one specific type or multiple. So if this does elicit a reaction, then we can test further into the tree pollen. Okay, next, dust mites. This is something I'm allergic to. Whenever I'm cleaning my house, I always come up in a rash on my arms. It's very uncomfortable for a few hours and then it goes away. That's why I've hired a cleaner. Alright, so dust mites. I'm just going to have a little bit of an observation here on what's going on. Just at the halfway point. Okay, yes, that tree pollen's come out immediately, but everything else seems to be alright. Are you feeling okay? Great, okay. Next, feathers. Some people are very, very allergic to birds. And also any duvets or pillows that may have animal feathers in them. Okay. Feathers. Next is cat. Do you have any animals at home? You have a cat and a dog. Okay, so fingers crossed this one won't come out for you. So cat. Lots of people are allergic to cats. But really it's not the fur that makes people allergic, it's more the dander, the dust and saliva and, you know, stuff that they hold on to the fur that causes the reaction, not necessarily the cat itself. And then the last one, dog. Again, people are allergic to dogs. It's very, very sad. Especially if you love animals but you're allergic to them. And again, these are just the two basic animals that we test. But we do test a wide variety of animals and causes, rodents. There's a whole wide variety. So might be something worth looking into. And dog. Okay, so we need to leave that for 10 minutes and we'll come back and assess the reactions that you may have presented themselves. So are you okay to just wait here for 10 minutes? Perfect. If you would prefer, there is a small waiting area outside that's a little bit more comfortable. Alright, I'll see you in 10 minutes. Alright, so let's take a look at what has and hasn't reacted. Like we know, the histamine has reacted. Tree pollen, big one. I'll definitely do an extended test on that. And a little bit of feathers interesting. And also the dust, but not a big reaction. So, like we suspected, tree pollen is your number one cause of your allergies that you have been experiencing. Now, I do have a detailed plan on how to manage and live with a tree pollen allergy. Just bring that up for you. This will of course all be sent to your email address at the end of this session. But for now, obviously these things may seem very obvious, but sometimes people forget how severe that these allergies can be. So obviously spend as little time outside as you can. Don't keep fresh flowers in the house or plants. Don't smoke or be around smoke because this can actually aggravate your symptoms. Don't dry your clothes outside. Dry them indoors or in a dryer. When or if you have pets, try to not wash them every time they come in from the outside, but maybe brush them down or wipe them down with a cloth, because they can actually bring pollen inside. Ditto to your clothes, your hair and your skin. Once you go outside and come in, the pollen is actually on you still. You can put Vaseline around your nose to help trap the pollen before it goes into your airways. Wear wraparound sunglasses to help stop pollen going into your eyes. You can wear a mask if it's really bad. If you've been outside, come home, change your clothes and have a shower. Keep the doors and windows shut as much as you possibly can. Vacuum regularly and dust with a damp cloth. If you are able, use pollen filters in your car, filters in your vacuum, filters in your house. There's a whole long list on this, I won't go into it now. You're using the antihistamines, but I will prescribe you a more medicated one that you can only get on prescription. You can use the neti pots, the saline solution flushing to flush the pollen out, nasal sprays, and if your symptoms get worse and you feel short of breath or a bit wheezy, we can prescribe you an inhaler as well to help with the symptoms. I mean, that's not an exhaustive list, but that's just an overview, and like I say, I will send you this so you can be mindful of what aggravates your symptoms, and also to kind of minimize your exposure to them as well. So that brings us to the end of our examination. Do you have any questions? Perfect. Well, should you need me for anything, you have my number and my email address, so please do not hesitate to contact me day and night. Alright, well, it was lovely to meet you, and good luck, and I hope we could get to the bottom of your allergies and provide you with some relief today.